Hi Nico, this is Coach Smart from ABC Baseball Camps. I'm here to do your hitting evaluation. So let's get started here. Okay, so from a setup standpoint, I really like your setup. I mean, the width between your feet is really good. Your hands are okay. I like to see them just an incy bit higher, a little bit higher, just because we want to make sure we're able to create a downward angle towards the contact zone. Okay, so sometimes it's a little tougher to do when your hands are lower, but let's watch and see what you do. Okay, so one thing I would suggest to you, Nico, is that I found that more and more hitters nowadays aren't striding to their toe. They're striding to their whole foot. One thing my son at the University of Tennessee struggles with is kind of jabbing that foot in the ground too hard and not landing soft. And when you land on your toe like that, you have a tendency to have your eyes and head move a little bit right before contact. So I would suggest just taking that stride and just going right to your foot instead of to your toe, then do it down to your heel. Okay? So let's watch what we do with our hands here. Okay, so I really like your move from the standpoint of how you deliver your barrel to the baseball, to the contact area. I'm a little more uncomfortable with this look right here. This leaning back here like this. Nico, I don't know how big you are. I don't know how old you are. I don't know how big you're going to be. But unless you're going to be 6'3", 6'4", I would try to get a little more balance in that position right there. Because right now, where's your weight at? It appears to me your weight's on your back side. Okay. Okay. It's kind of a classic left-handed power hitting swing. Okay. But you got to make sure you're going to have a body that's going to allow for that to happen. Power is for most coaches, it's once every 10 years you come across a kid with power. Okay, and you have to understand what real power is, Nico. My son Taylor, who plays at Tennessee, had 17 home runs his senior year in high school. Okay, so you'd probably think, wow, he must be a really big, powerful kid. No, he just hit line drives that happened to get out of ballparks in high school. This is his 4th year in college. I think he has 4 home runs total in 4 years. So his body just isn't built to hit power. He's 5'8", 5'9", and he's gonna make his living off of hitting line drive. So part of a player's development is to understanding who he is. And maybe your dad's 6'5", you're gonna be 6'5". And if that's the case, then I probably wouldn't change too much of what you're doing. But if that's not the case, and I'm going to assume it's not, because if it is, you can just keep doing what you're doing. Because that's just your classic left-handed, I don't really care how many times I strike out, because I'm going to hit a bunch of home runs to help my team win kind of swing. And that's, it looks really good there if you're going to be that big. If you're only 12 years old right now, that's a pretty cool looking swing for a 12-year-old. But if you're in high school already and you're 5'6", 5'7", and it's not going to get much better from a height standpoint, then we got to start thinking about making sure we can hit the ball to all 3 fields, okay, to be considered a complete hitter. So again, let's watch what we do here. Okay, again, that barrel route is unbelievably good. Really good. You really take a downhill to it and go after it. But unless these pitches are all inside, it appears to me that the only place you can hit a ball to is right field. Okay, so Nico, again, I don't know how old you are. I don't know what your goals and ambitions are, but don't think about how good you are right now. I want you to really concentrate over the next couple of years and think about how good you're going to have to be. Because hitting to one field, unless you're a monster, is going to be a hard thing to overcome at the higher levels. Because at the higher levels, young man, pitchers can throw 95 in the outside corner. And with this swing right here and this approach, with as much as you open your hips and your front shoulder, you have no chance to hit that ball the other way. You know, sometimes I wish I would film these from behind so I could see where the pitch is at, and maybe all three were inside, I don't know. But just understand this, you have to be able to hit against that front hip. When the ball's outside, okay, you rotate your back hip against your front hip. Okay, see that front hip? It's blowing out like crazy right there. If that pitch is on the outside half, you have zero chance to hit it. Okay? When you make contact with a baseball that's down the middle, Nico, or middle away, okay, your body should be in this position at contact. Right? There. That's where you should be hitting. Okay? A lot of kids want to use their upper body and their shoulders and their big muscles and rotate on the baseball, thinking that's the way to hit the ball harder and stuff. But having two sons play major college baseball, one going to be a pro, you know, I have found that being able to hit the ball the other way is critically important to staying in the game. Critically important to staying in the game. And if you're going to open up your hips like that, if you're going to rotate your upper body on every pitch, that's going to be a tough thing. You may hit a lot of fly balls and a lot of hard balls towards right field, but bud, you got to be able to do it to all three fields. Okay? I mean, like I said, what I'm seeing in your lower half, I mean, God, great push on your knee to the inside of your front foot. Your front foot stays closed. You got good flex in your front side. I mean, those are all fantastic things if we could get away with all the rotation in the upper body. Okay? And if you're really good, Nico, if you're really good and you have great pitch recognition and you see the ball or the pitcher's hand really well and you see inside, go ahead and rock and roll, man. Go after it. Drive it over somebody's head. But in the same thought on that is that when you see middle, and you see, more importantly, middle away, what do you think is going to happen, Nico, when you start hitting balls with the right fielder's head for home runs? You think you're going to get that inside pitch anymore? I don't think so. They're going to make you prove to them that you can hit the ball the other way. Okay? And the way we do that is by staying square to home plate longer, instead of rotating off home plate and away from home plate towards our pull side. Okay? So when I send you the hitting evaluation in the email, there's going to be a couple links. Okay? You need to just deal with the one on dead legs. And we do dead legs drills to help us use our hands to hit. When I go to scout, I look for kids with fast hands, not fast hips, not fast shoulders. Because I know at the next level where I'm trying to get them to play at or pay them to play at, that if they can't hit the ball in the outside half home plate, they've got zero chance to make it. Because I'm telling you, pitchers are good. My son plays Arizona State next weekend, or a couple weeks in Arizona, and their Friday night guy is 95 to 97. And what we're being told is he owns the outside half of home plate. He's got great control. So I want you to get ready for that kind of stuff. Don't get ready to dominate the league you're in now. Get ready to dominate the high school league and be able to take the best pitchers in their league and drive the ball the other way. That's what opens up scouts' eyes. That's what opens up college coaches' eyes. Okay, so really work hard on that part of it. Your lower half and your swing plane are fantastic, but we got to get some work done on that upper body. Okay, so I don't mean to sound like a tyrant. I'm just very passionate. When I see a kid with the kind of tools you look like you have, I want to make sure you understand how important it is to hit the ball the other way as well. Okay? Okay, buddy. Have a great spring and summer. We'll see you at the next ABC baseball camp.